Local SWAT team speaks out for the first time after the Trump assassination attempt and shows that Secret Service completely dropped the ball.
I remember standing in the parking lot and talking to one of the guys, and so we just became part of history, and not in a good way.
The SWAT team from Beaver County, Pennsylvania knew something about the scrawny young man seemed off. He can be seen in this video obtained by ABC affiliate WTAE skulking around former President Trump's rally. Text messages between local snipers show they noticed Thomas Matthew Crooks at 4:26 p.m., nearly 2 hours before the attempted assassination that would injure Trump, kill a man, and severely hurt 2 others.
2 hours. 2 hours before Trump took the stage. They're already sending out text messages about this suspicious individual.
You see me go out with my rifle, one of the snipers texted, so he knows you guys are up there. By 5:14 p.m., they grew suspicious.
Let's read these text messages. Someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars, just so you know. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in my car, so he knows you guys are up there. He's sitting to the direct right on a picnic table about 50 yards from the exit. So just for quick reference, this is where Trump was speaking, and this is where this sniper team was located, in this building right here. Now, what they're referring to is someone was able to come into this parking lot and park next to their cars. He snuck in, their words, but he was not undetected. This sniper team was having communication about him. They noticed that he was here at a picnic table.
So he knows you guys are up there. By 5:14 p.m., they grew suspicious.
He was looking up and down the building and just wandering around, and it just seemed out of place.
Greg Nichols snapped these photos of the shooter.
We had a text group between...
Wow, okay, so these photos we've seen on the news were actually from the Beaver County sniper team. They had taken his photo, literally had taken his photo an hour before.
Those of the shooter.
We had a text group between the local snipers that were on scene. I had sent those pictures out to that group and advised them of what I noticed and what I'd seen.
What do you think is transpiring once you send in what you've sent in?
I assumed that there would be somebody coming out to, speak with this individual or, find out what's going on.
So how do you know if Greg's concerns about Crooks are being relayed properly?
We don't. We have to assume that when he put that information out to command, that command took that information and did something with it. We don't know if they did.
None of the concerns appears to have reached members of Trump's Secret Service detail.
Wow, so they gave these photos and communication to their command. Did they fail to communicate this to Secret Service?
Washington Post reports they've complained they were never made aware of the warnings. In their first public comments about the assassination attempt, members of the Beaver County SWAT team described to ABC News what they consider to be failures of planning and communication that would prove catastrophic.
We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service snipers whenever they arrived, and that never happened.
So we have separate teams of snipers. We've got these guys set up in the agricultural building in the second story window. And then you have Trump sniper teams up on the barns, Secret Service up behind the podium, the stands where he's speaking. No pre-op briefing, no communication, no nothing. That is ridiculous.
So I think that was probably a pivotal point where I started thinking things were wrong, because that never happened, and we had no communication with the Secret Service.
Wow. You had no communication with the Secret Service at all on that Saturday?
No, not until after the shooting, I believe. Yeah.
And by then?
It was too late.
Wow.
The Secret Service declined to respond directly, but told ABC News the agency is committed to better understanding what happened and is offering complete cooperation with ongoing investigations.
We're committed to better understanding what happened. This is an ongoing investigation.
The suspect is directly above us.
Members of the Beaver County SWAT team rushed to the shooter's rooftop.
Yeah, there's a ladder right here.
As seen in footage from Rich Gianvito's helmet camera.
Thanks, brother. Yep.
So we had access through that ladder, got up onto the roof.
And as you're scrambling onto that roof, you don't know for sure whether he's dead or alive, or whether you'll encounter fire.
At that point, no.
So what are you prepared? Are you prepared for a firefight at that point?
Well, we're prepared for anything at that point because at this time we're unsure.
Give me a solid perimeter. Get guys prepped to clear the building.
He encountered the shooter's bloodied body some 400 feet from the stage. The team believes it did everything it could have to thwart the attack, but accepts its share of failure.
I think we all failed that day.
How so?
Life is lost.
Yeah. People died. And if there's anything that we could have done to stop that, we should have done.
Wow, someone actually taking responsibility. Kudos to them. Secret Service can go blow a monkey.
What stood out to you, Aaron, when you visited the SWAT team headquarters?
I think hearing that the lack of communication almost doomed the event from the start. But I'm also struck by what they're doing now. They're studying satellite imagery that they have pasted all over the wall. They have maps up. They even made their own crude replica of the site with everyone's position using the little army men from back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I think that they're intent on studying what went wrong here. Not only do they feel bad about it and they say they have to live with their failure, which they accept their fair share, but they do say, look, Trump says he's coming back, so they want to be ready.
Right, and as one of those team members said, I mean, they lost a life that day. I mean, so many people were in danger. And as you just mentioned, Trump says he plans to hold another rally in Western Pennsylvania soon. What are some of the changes that are being made when it comes to communication and coordination between Secret Service and law enforcement?
You have to imagine that the Secret Service is going to make sure there's an open line of communication with local SWAT teams that are always part of a protective detail. The Secret Service relies on local law enforcement partners for all of its events. And look, the Secret Service guards, 7,500 events a year? Most of the time they go off without a hitch. But here, there was a failure, so they do want to learn. They want to be able to say that they can make some changes that need to be made, and that probably includes being in better touch with their local partners.
So many lessons learned. Thank you.
They can do what they do for the Pope and transport him around in a bulletproof glass box. I do think if Trump wants to speak at an open-air rally again, there shouldn't be people in the grandstand behind him, and he should have some sort of bulletproof barrier between him and potential gunfire. It sounds like this was clear and utter failed communication between Secret Service and local law enforcement. Who do you think shoulders the blame? Is it the local law enforcement? Is it the Secret Service? Is it a little bit of both? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to Conservative Vibes, and I'll see you next time. Do you want to show off your American pride? Visit conservativevibes.com, where you have shirts, yard signs, and bumper stickers to show off your conservative values. It helps support the channel, helps us troll the left. conservativevibes.com.